But while I was at it making this atomic disassembler, I decided to make one for the other people I was getting started with here. We got Avnior with us here, and we got C4 as well. And so I'm just gonna probably plop a sign down or an item frame or something like that, and or something, and I will tell them that what it is, how to use it, and some other stuff like that, maybe in a written book. And um, while we were exploring, though, we got a crafting inventory upgrade cake, and that is now, I've eaten that, and that is now on our stuff that we have right here. Super nice to have that. Aha! I think that this is the spot that yeah, this is definitely the spot that I want to set up base, set up camp. In this area right in here, we'll have like stuff going in and out of the mountains and things going down underground and up in the air, doing stuff like that. My thought though with this area is to go, I want to say steampunk style, but not quite a steampunk style, if that makes sense. It'll be a little more clean as far as steampunk styles go, and be more focused on manufacturing, and we'll have like a big blimp up in the air. It'll be super cool. But for now, we are going to set our waypoint right here for our home. Home! Woohoo! And I'm going to get rid of the exclamation point. Okay, awesome. And I realize now that this is actually pretty close to spawn. This is where we actually spawned, in case you didn't know. We actually spawn in the world right over here. We don't have any beds or anything. But this is where we've been setting up our little spawn camp, and so that's where I was. But I've done quite a bit of other exploring. Found a desert temple somewhere up in here, I think. Yeah, a couple of villages, stuff like that. But here we are. This is it, and I am super excited to get building in this area. So I've been doing a little bit of work getting some goodie bags ready for the for C4 and for Avnior, so that I can, you know, just thank them for all the help that they've had. And C4 decided to help me out even more. And so what he did is he's already gotten into extra utils and stuff like that. And so he gave me a cursed lasso with a ghast in it. Temporarily, and with that and a golden lasso, I was able to get an angel ring, and that is super cool. That means creative flight, woohoo! Because he shared some grid power, super nice. Now it's using 32. Okay, but we will eventually add some grid power and stuff ourselves. But this will be a major time saver in going back and forth between places, these things right here. And so I am super happy about that. I think they can even go in one of these slots right here. I don't know though. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. Yeah, okay. No, they can't go in the bobble slots. That's a shame. But it is still super cool to have those available, and that we can use creative flight and stuff like that. But lapis here, I got some lapis ore while I was searching for bats, which is required to make a angel ring. You see, it requires a bat golden lasso and a ghast golden lasso. And so that was pretty cool that I was able to find a bat eventually. But I also found some lapis while I was down there, and so the best way to get the most out of your lapis is by putting it in this enrichment chamber right here. You get 12 per ore. Super nice, especially since lapis is a pretty valuable thing. And so that is definitely something I'm going to be using. This enrichment chamber right here is so nice for early game ore processing. And so I silk touch all my lapis and my other stuff. But also, by the way, I have gotten together this pickaxe right here. It has cobalt head. It has a paper thing on it. yeah, whatever that is. And it has a treated wood thing, and treated wood is from Immersive Engineering, and we're going to be doing a lot of Immersive Engineering over at our base right over here. You can see if we fly over this way, then we can see that this is where our home little area is. It's super cool looking. But yeah, this is what I have in their goodie bags. I have some stuff right here. I'm going to give... Oh yeah, while I was making my atomic disassembler, I made a couple others for... I told you guys this, though. And so we're going to be giving this to them along with a Botania starter pack. And so I'm going to give them each a pure daisy and some other stuff like that, as well as half a stack of living wood, half a stack of that, and some other starter items and flowers and stuff like that. And we are going to get that put together and be on our merry way. But anyway, we want to get started. For the rest of the episode, we want to get started on something in immersive engineering called biodiesel. That's how we're going to be powering most of our stuff here. We'll have a couple of different things that we'll be using to power stuff. We'll probably at some point use a windmill or a water mill, a bunch of different things, just depending on... yeah, depending on a lot of things, I guess. But we want to look at biodiesel right now. And so if we look at biomash, biocoal, we want biodiesel, which should be from Immersive Engineering. Okay, awesome. And we want to create this. Anyway, but to get started, I guess we're going to need to get the Immersive Engineering book, which requires some paper and stuff like that. I'm going to get that and then come back. Ah, here we are. Engineer's Manual. Okay, so now I'm going to look at this. And we have Overview, Resources, Construction, Power Wires and Generators. We want power generation. We want to get into biodiesel, though. So... Aha, diesel generators. There we go. Oh, we may not want to get into this yet. Yeah, I think we're going to start with some simple wind generation, I think. I'm going to look up what is required for the wind generation and stuff like that. It's a kinetic dynamo, which shouldn't be too difficult to put together. Awesome, so it turns out that the higher you place your windmill up, and the less obstructed it is, the better it runs. And so we are going to be putting a windmill on top of that post right there, and terraforming the hill kind of up to it, and making this cliff side a little steeper and other stuff like that. But in order to do pretty much anything in the Immersive Engineering mod, you need treated wood, and we do not have any of that yet. The only treated wood we do actually have some treated wood, and I'll let you know how. I was exploring around and found some villages that had Immersive Engineering huts in them, and so that's how I have treated wood, but we want to be able to create more treated wood. And in order to do that, we need a coke furnace, I believe, so we can make coke coal and get seed oil or whatever else that gets us. I don't know. I've never messed around with the Immersive Engineering mod before, but I am really interested in it, and so we are going to work on setting up a coke oven, and it's creosote oil. There we go. Which is used as a preservative for wood. Similarly, you can... Okay, anyway. And so we need to make a bunch of coke brick, which requires a whole lot of clay, as well as some sandstone in a 9x9. And it appears... Yeah, and you put something in the center, and then you tap it with an engineer's hammer, I believe, and that should be how we create our coke oven. So for the moment, we are just going to put this coke furnace right here, our coke oven, dun dun dun, and then we have to tap this with an engineer's hammer, which we have to make because I haven't made one of those yet. Engineer's Hammer. There we go. Okay. We need 2 iron for that. We do not have any iron on us right now. Ah, gotta go get some of that. Achievement name though. Hammer. Okay. Over to our coke oven right over here, and we are going to right click on that. Awesome. And now all we should have to do is put wood in there, I think. So, and I think logs are exactly what we need. And this takes absolutely ages, if I remember correctly. Hold up a second. This isn't taking absolutely ages. What is this? Why is this not taking absolutely ages? Sure, it's taking a little while, but not like absolutely ages like I would have thought. Oh, that gives us charcoal. Oh, no wonder it's not taking very long at all. Can we put charcoal in there? No, we can't. How about... Oh, that does give us creosote oil, though. So, okay. Now the question is, how do we get coke coal? Coke? Coke. In a coke oven. We just put regular coal in a coke oven. Okay. So we need some regular coal now. That's not too hard to come by. This still isn't taking just like absolutely ages like I was anticipating. It's just taking like a decently large amount of time, not like absolutely ages. Huh. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, so now that we have this thing up and running so that we can create treated wood, once we're done with this, because once we're done with the supply that we have, because it'll just run out eventually, but what we can do is we can make our, what's it called? Windmill. Right here. Windmill blades, 4 of these. We only have enough for 2 because we don't have enough planks yet, but that's fine. Starry sticks. There we go. And, there we go. Okay, now, iron in the middle, and ta-da! We have a windmill. Now, in order to make this thing generate power, what we need is a kinetic... this thing right here, the kinetic dynamo, which requires a copper stuff, a lot of copper, copper manufactured all the way down into wires and stuff like that. So I'm going to get crafting, because we have a good amount of copper over at the base over there. Oh, what's not working? Oh, I put my wings in here. So our kinetic dynamo has been made, and we are going to place it down right there and put our windmill on it. Ta-da! And now we have a windmill, and it's spinning around. And now we have a windmill, and it's spinning around. Okay. So there are a couple of things I've been reading up on the not the applied energistics, the immersive engineering mod, and there are a couple of things I've learned. And so our wires have 3 tiers: low voltage, medium voltage, and high voltage. And in order to wire things from one place to another, you have to use connectors and then relays on individual So connectors connect up to the individual machines. Relays hook up to are just like buy points for wires. And so what we're going to do right here is we are going to hook up. I borrowed the basic capacitor bank from Spawn there, and we're going to hook up a wire right here. Low voltage wire coil from there to there. Awesome. And now the question is it getting? It is getting 15 RF per tick. That is like nothing. Wow, that's pretty pathetic. Well, the question is, like, what kind of, like... Okay, no, don't go there. There is an upgrade to this windmill right here, and I'm wondering, I didn't think we would need it today, but if all we're getting is 15 RF per tick, then I might have to do a little more research into the next tier of windmill. Hey, Avnior, I'll show you a secret. Check this out. Brown wool. Best secret ever, right? Oh man. Aha! Goodbye to the old windmill, and hello to the new one. Oh yes. And, aha! Oh yes, that is going much faster. That's actually pretty cool looking too. Let's see, how much power are we getting? 30 RF per tick. That's double. Snap. Okay, that's still like nothing though. My goodness. Okay, so we really want to get into that diesel power really quick, because this is not going to be doing hardly anything for us, other than like just like minimal power complementation supplement. Minimal power supplement. There we go. That's what it is. Okay, so we have been letting this run, and it has quite a bit of stuff, and it's pretty close to being done here too. Aha! Yeah, now we need to put more coal in there. My goodness. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to... can I... Aha! There we go. Oh, okay. So creosote oil bucket, and then we take that, we put that in the middle, and in order to make treated wood, we want... Aha, okay, planks around the creosote oil bucket, and so we have a bunch of dark oak right here, and so we're just going to turn that into that, and put that around there like that. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. And then each time we need to come back over here, put that in there, get some more creosote oil, and ta-da, ta-da. There we go. And so that's how we get treated wood. Awesome. But for the rest of this episode, I need to go mining for some resources because we are fresh out. And in order to do that, we are going to set up a bit of a mine shaft or something like that. Since we have Creative Flight, we don't need to worry about an elevator yet. It's going to be right over here along this this little wall, this hill right there. We'll have a little mine shaft, but it will be using some of the blocks in Immersive Engineering and kind of giving us a taste of our palette that we have to work with. And so I'm going to get started on that. We probably just want to, well, first off, clear out some grass, and let's just make it right here. 3 wide, sure, why not? No, let's make it 5 wide so that we can really take advantage of the 5 wide, 4 high. Then we can really take advantage of the extra blocks and stuff. And then we'll dig this into the hill, several blocks, okay. So I went mining, and we have our little mine shaft right here. It's looking pretty good with our posts in them. Something that I've seen in other people's videos is that they don't realize that you can right-click on these posts with an engineer's hammer, and that will extend the arm or whatever out in that direction. And you can do this in multiple directions too. I'm not sure how it decides whether or not to extend it, but if you see right over here, I put 2 lamps on top of a post, and you can see we have 2 arms extending out in different directions. Pretty cool. So I just decided to use these right here. Even if it's not permanent, we'll at least put them there for right now. And so down here we got the rest of our mine and everything. But anyway, what I've done over here is gotten started with extra utilities too, and I've gotten some achievements including solar panels and this resonator and stuff like that. But we also made a liquid transfer node, and that is taking the what's it called, the creosote oil, out of our coke oven right here, and putting it into our quantum storage tank of creosote oil right here. But there is something else I want to look at in Extra Utilities 2 at the end of this episode, and it is called the Indexer. And I found out about this in the right here, in this thing right here. And so we can make an indexer and even do some remote indexing too, and I'm wondering what this is and how much potential it has for a storage system. Because I've been looking for alternatives to refined storage systems, because as nice as those things are to have, I'm thinking that it might be fun to just try and go without it. But we'll see what happens. And so we're going to make an indexer right here and see what all it requires. It requires some stone burnt and a screen and a couple of resonating redstone crystals. That's not too expensive at all. Aha! So now I honestly have no idea how this thing works, and so I'm probably just going to make an Extra Utilities 2 manual and look it up in there, because I do not know what this thing does, how it will work, or anything. It looks like it takes 10 grid power per... Oh boy, that's a crash. So this indexer right here keeps crashing my game, but that's okay. It has a lot of potential. So how it's supposed to work is you're supposed to hook it up to a transfer pipe system, right? And then you right-click on it to open its GUI, and you can request extracting items and stuff like that, and it seems like it could be really good. However, the problem is that it is crashing my game every time I try and open the GUI up, so it has to go for now. We will try it out in later updates and stuff like that, just to see if it'll work and stuff like that. But for now, we are just going to forgo using it and put it away in our storage system somewhere and see what other alternatives we have as far as storage goes in the next episode, because we are running low on time. And so thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.